Streets and sidewalks nearly 4 days now after the storm stopped. Crews say the snowcrete is creating new challenges. Thanks for joining us. I'm Annie Yu. Of course, schools have been impacted by this, and 2 hours ago, Montgomery County Public Schools confirmed that they will remain closed tomorrow. D.C. Public Schools reopened today, and take a look here. Getting to class was not easy for students. This morning, we saw many students climbing up, slipping on all that snow and ice while heading to class. Some of our neighbors are still snowed in. Sky 9 was over the Glendale neighborhood in Prince George's County today, and you can see that people are still struggling with snow and the ice. Sarah Robinson is live in Prince George's County tonight tracking the problems. Sarah, what are you seeing?
Well, good evening to you, Annie. The conditions here have not been great, but only in some areas. The vast majority of roads are cleared, but I do want to show you what we're looking at right now. We are in Clinton, Maryland. This road looks like it's seen a plow, but it has really iced over, and earlier when we were on this stretch of road, we were fishtailing all over the place. So for some residents, this means that they still can't leave their homes, and frustration is high.
I can't get to the drugstore to pick up my medication. The drugstore will deliver. They can't get to me.
For some residents in Prince George's County, the past few days have been emotional.
The county did a very poor job in plowing these streets.
Linda Dabney, who lives in Forestville, says she prepared for the storm, clearing her driveway and sidewalk within the required time. But after a snowplow came through, it left a pile of snow and ice, blocking her car in.
Even citizens trapped in their homes, not able to get out because the snowplow has plowed them in.
Dabney, who has congestive heart failure, says being unable to leave home is a serious concern.
Because I had a stroke 3 years ago, and see if something like this had happened, it would not have been good.
In Clinton, Gloria Hilliard faces a similar problem, but she says her neighborhood has not seen a plow at all.
We're running out of water. I need some bread.
The county says 100% of primary and secondary roads are passable, and now about 85% of neighborhood roads are cleared. County Executive Aisha Braveboy has been updating residents regularly. Olashe Ulubenle is the Deputy Director of the Department of Public Works and Transportation. She says the roads still waiting are amongst the toughest, packed with ice requiring specialized equipment. Last year, the county had fewer than 200 resources to respond to winter weather. This year, that number has increased to 380, including more heavy equipment, which may be needed to get some of these final roads clear. But for those still waiting,
we have done everything we were asked to do. And so I just feel like I'm stuck here.
Now, I did just get off the phone with a county official about 20 minutes ago. They told me that they want to connect with Linda, that first woman that you heard from who is unable to get her much needed medications. They're going to try to do their best to get her out as soon as possible. So there's the good news there. They're also encouraging residents who are still stuck or experiencing problems to call 311. And I do have some updated numbers for you. It's now closer to about 90% of residential or neighborhood streets that have been deemed passable. So that's the good news there. Annie, I'll send it back to you. For now, reporting live in Prince George's County, I'm Sarah Robinson, WUSA 9.
All right, some promising news. Thanks, Sarah. Rafael Sanchez-Cruz is in the district where some major roadways are down to one lane because of piles of snow and ice. He's live in the WUSA 9 weather commander. Rafael, what are you seeing out there as you drive around?
Yeah, Annie, I want to show you a little bit about what we're seeing here. I'm on Independence Avenue, in downtown DC, right next to the Smithsonian's. And look, this is what we're talking about when DC officials talk about snowcrete. This is a huge piles of snow that are still lingering on DC roadways. So this snowcrete is not melting anytime soon, which is why now the district has transitioned into hauling these large piles of snow and ice to the RFK site. The RFK site is buzzing. But it's not because of the new stadium. Trucks are hauling piles of snow and ice from DC streets and dropping it off at RFK. Latasha from Southern Maryland says she's been working since 6 p.m. Wednesday. I asked her how many trips she had done so far today.
Probably about 15, 20.
Wow. Where's this one coming from?
M Street.
M Street. Tony had just picked up a pile from 11th and Massachusetts Northwest. How long are you going to be going for?
Probably about to 7.
7? How many hours? How many hours are you putting in today?
I'm gonna bring in 10 today.
10 today. You gonna keep doing this throughout the week?
Yep, I'm gonna keep doing it every day until they go away.
The mountain of snow is longer than 2 football fields, and look how high. For perspective, I'm 6 feet tall.
I'm glad that it's off the street.
Eric and Diane Sims say they're happy to see progress, but their neighborhood is still struggling.
They could have done more to prepare in advance, and they could have also been faster on the ground to remove the stuff. Yeah. In my neighborhood, we have a snow drifts and piles that we have people literally cannot park on the street and can't get in and out of our houses.
Some are enjoying the ice, but for others, like this mail carrier, it's making their job a lot harder. Yeah, and that's a complaint that we've been hearing throughout the day, particularly when it comes to the gridlock in downtown. So coming up at 5, we'll try to navigate some of those areas where we saw a lot of the problems this morning, and we might be seeing, tomorrow as well. Important to note that DC officials tell me tonight that they are opening a second site to dispose or collect this snowcrete. So we'll have more details about that site coming up later on. I'm live on the Weather Commander. I'm Rafael Sanchez-Cruz. Back to you, Annie.
Rafael, real quick, let me ask you, we saw a post from Councilmember Brooke Pinto this morning saying the National Guard has been requested to help with the snow removal, but you actually found out that's not true. What did you confirm with her today?
Well, Annie, DC officials, the mayor's office tells me that there have been conversations. However, no official request has been made to have the National Guard participate or partake in the hauling or clearing of snow.
All right, Rafael Sanchez-Cruz, thank you so much. Be safe out there. Let's bring in our Caitlin McGrath now.